Hi, my name is Dee. You're watching Dee True Crime Commentary. Y'all don't need to blame Hunter, because Hunter was used that day. Hunter don't know what happened to Summer. And forget lie detector test. They need to be interrogated. Andy Bernard needs to be hauled in and interrogated. And Jody Sue too. And their son. And George and Polly too. Andy Bernard is the one that hauled ass on June 19th, 2021. He left. He left town. He left the county. There was a fire around Fields Road on June 19th, 2021, 4 days after Summer Wells was reported missing. And it's documented by Ansley Daniel of WJHL on June 19th, 2021. Dawn and Candace haven't cried for Summer because they know what happened to Summer. There's no doubt.
Because I'm not lying and I have no reason to lie. I'm not going to change the fucking story for anybody. And I know the last place I saw Summer. And, but after all these months, asked me to change my story, I don't. And for that one piece and I don't get it because, that was something others had already let on mine. I mean, others had seen Dawn in the shower. I knew he'd be in the shower Summer. So when I said it, maybe it's just that they thought it held more weight than other people. For some reason it was taken as, and that's the piece they wanted me to change. Been a winking on it, money in our teeth, which also line up with the messages released by Cher, if those are real, because you have to doubt around that camp, but the date and time line up with what.
This around though, because I do want to tell you guys about something I just saw. So I did just see a search crew go through this field here. I'm about 1.8 miles from Summer's home on Ben Hill Road. Again, there's a search crew that just walked through here due to the tough terrain and things of that nature that we've been talking about all week, that law enforcement and these search crews have been talking about all week. We haven't been able to physically see search crews. They've been up in the woods. They've been in these places where media has not been able to get to it. So today has been the first day that we've actually been able, to kind of see the search expanded into the visible public eye. Now, the road where she went missing, Ben Hill Road, which is where she lives, is blocked off right now. Law enforcement say that it's too small for more than one vehicle to be down right now. They are stopped at both sides of it, so there's really no way for us to get into that road. And they're telling us that it's very small, so that way, media can't be in there, as well as, the search crews and things of that nature. But earlier, as I was driving from the media post, which is about 3 miles from here, to Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church, I did see several crews coming in and out. I saw several trailers and buses full of people getting ready to search. They're kind of, it was kind of in that early stage this morning around 9:30 or 10 as people were getting out to continue searching. I'm going to flip this around though so you guys can see the search command center here as well. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put that around. There you go, everyone. So as you can tell, we're on the other side of the road. That's just perfect.
She was where that squiggly red line was. Pay attention to which direction she was watching the smoke come from. Does Jody Sue really think we think because she said something that holds weight?
All that. So it's really screwed up situation.
Somebody told me that you said the last place you'd seen Summer was getting out of the shower with Donnie. No, that's not what you seen and saw. The fuck it ain't. Last time I saw that little girl was 2 nights before she went missing, and that's exactly what I saw. That's exactly what I heard. She was naked as the day is long at that damn door at the top level, and she was yelling at you for a damn towel while the oldest was out there talking and chatting with me, and you were yelling at him because he was like, Jody Sue's right about the dogs.
Either way, and the point is that I don't know who or why. I mean, to me, it seems like Dawn's setting something up right preemptively.
Now listen right here how she comes to Andy's defense. She's trying to make y'all think that Jackie Dobbs has something to do with that call that came from Dawn to Candace saying somebody was on the property trying to touch the little kids. She's trying to make y'all think it was Jackie Dobbs. Jackie Dobbs wasn't even there on the 15th. They run him off on the 14th. But she's trying to make you think in your mind, or he was the one that was trying to touch the little kids. Jody Sue is not for Andy. She wants you to think. But she is 100% trying to cover up everything. She said that It's Done call was made from Ottoville. Not only is Andy Bernard in it, y'all heard Jody Sue try to cover for Andy 1,000 times. See, now she's trying to put doubt in there if that even happened, she said.
If those texts were sent, if that actually exists, if it actually happened. For me, it's always been like, what the hell was Dawn talking about? There's some guy wandering around touching the kids, right? I thought, he's supposed to be at work, so how would he know that? And for me, I've been trying to rack my brain for weeks, wondering exactly what he meant by that. Because I was like, well, I was thinking, well, maybe he meant Jackie, right? JD. And I was trying to think, well, when did I tell them about that? And I was like, is that who he's meaning? I'm like, man, I just don't know what he's talking about if he actually called that day to talk to Candace. Because I'm like, well, maybe he was talking about Dobbs and something was taken out and here's this teen and he's whatever over a conversation he's misheard or whatever, you know. And for me, for weeks now, I've been like, what the hell was the meaning of?
No, that wasn't what happened. For weeks, she was trying to come up with a way to cover that. So it looked like Andy didn't do that. But we know it was Andy Bernard because he is a mechanic and he sells weed. And he said Andrew, and a name that starts with A.
And I always kept coming back to like, when did I tell them about Dobbs exactly? And I'm pretty sure after the cops left, after telling Dobbs to go the hell on, and he had left, Candace come down, all the kids are there, including Summer.
Major deflection right here. She's trying to get your mind off of Andy, trying to touch the little kids and put it on Jackie Dobbs. That's a deflection. She's trying to change the truth right here in your mind. The energy around the Summer Wells case has been deflected away into oblivion, just like a piece of aluminum reflecting sunlight.
At one point, the puppy fell into the creek over there. The kids had to go retrieve it. We were talking. I told her the situation. And I'm pretty sure that was, you know, like I said, the night before on the 14th, right before dark.
Now, y'all tell me what that's got to do with the call that came in the next day on June the 15th from Dawn to Candace. Tell me what that's got to do with it. Not a damn thing. This bitch had been running her mouth for 4 years and 3 months, and I'm so tired of hearing her. I can't wait till her ass goes to jail and stays there for years. Multiple years. And I hope she gets multiple sentences. I try hard not to have hate in my heart for people, but this lady here, she's pushing it. She's pushed it for a long time. The ordinary person trying to find out what happened to Summer Wells shouldn't have to put up with Jody Sue. It's just wrong.
So I'm like, well, hell, her and Dawn would have talked about that later on, right when he got in or whatever. So then, why would he have called her the next day talking about some guy on the property touching kids?
Because there was some guy on the property trying to touch the little kids, and his name was Andy, and he was a mechanic, and he sold weed. If you go back and start listening to some of this stuff, you can tell right when she tried to change the story on things to fit her narrative, to fit Andy so he don't look bad.
What the hell is he talking about? Then you have this message supposedly saying it's done.
Andy Bernard is in this up to his neck. Up to his neck. Andy Bernard has a direct link to millionaires. And one of them was in the area between June 15th and September 27th, 2021. Land was transferred from Andy's mom and dad's name to this address in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And 2 millionaires are directly related to that house at that address in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The man on your right is Barry Praver. He works for Mark Anthony at Magnus in Miami, Florida. Sidney Ponson lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Before that, he lived in Fort Lauderdale. Right here's the two addresses. Now, Ponson and Praver have to have more contact than a professional relationship. If something happens to me, you can ask TBI why it happened. Because they know all about this. I've told them time and time again. But I'm doing this for summer. But if something happens to me, TBI knows all about what I'm telling y'all. They know all about it. Now, I'm really starting to lean towards, did TBI get paid off? I think Ronnie Lawson was paid off to be quiet. His sheriff's department is going to be under investigation real soon. See, some YouTube creators out there just want to keep rehashing the same load of crap that we've been rehashing for 4 years and 3 months. I'm trying to tell y'all, there's a ring involved in this, and it's big. But nobody wants to believe that. Y'all want to keep rehashing over Hunter and everything else we've done for 4 long years. If y'all want to keep on doing that, keep on doing it. This same group of people have already been tried and convicted. One of them is in prison right now doing 20 years federal time. The question isn't if they did it. I've been over this stuff and been over it and been over it and been over it. Hunter has nothing to do with it. He was used by Candace Bly. He was taken to the pond and gotten drunk and was used like a... Don Wells said he's been to places where they sell kids. I bet you Don Wells has been to places where they kids. When the bottom line comes down, all this happened because Don Wells couldn't keep his hands to himself. He couldn't keep his in his pants. That's the truth. I met Don Wells in Tampa. He lived with Pam and a little boy about 1.5 years old. Tampa, Florida. They lived in a trailer. Don Wells was a crack addict then. He's still a crack addict. I was the girl with the real long hair. Don Wells looked real good back then, and I always wondered what he was doing with a lady that looked twice his age. It was Pam. None of this would have happened if Summer had been born a boy. None of it. Summer would still be at home with her parents and her brothers if she had been born a boy. When this crime is written in the history books, in the law books, it ought to be wrote up as a hate crime because Summer Wells got gone because she was a girl. This little girl had stuff scratched into her neck over and over and over again till it made scar tissue. See, Don Wells was looking for somebody to do a little deed that he needed done for him. Who sent the "it's done" text message? Please leave me a comment in the comment section. Summer Wells had to get gone because her daddy is a freak.